And welcome to the show. Thanks for stopping by. Great to be with you. Glad you could tune in. Hope you had a wonderful weekend and off to a good start, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. A lot going on, as I always say, there is, because there is, and that's a good thing. Some days are slow news days, other days are phenomenal, and there's a lot in between, but I'm always digging it out and trying to find what will make a difference in your life, what would intrigue you, what would interest you, what would cause you to reevaluate perhaps how you're living, what you're doing with your life, not only in terms of health, but your wellness and your overall well-being. Yesterday on Fareed Zakaria on CNN, right at the end of the show, he had a couple of people on that were talking about the science of happiness. And I was driving with my daughter. We were tooling around. I was trying to get me moved in, and you know how that goes, right? We moved on Friday and moved me into a new home on Friday, and it's been crazy from last week, Thursday, till this morning. But we were driving around, going from one place to another to get this and that, and Fareed Zakaria was on. And I was listening to these two folks talk about the science of happiness. And as they were, it was like a 10-minute segment, or 7-10-minute segment. And when they were done, I said to my daughter, I said, you know, everything that they discussed, I have talked about on the show relative to well-being and the science of happiness. And I was encouraged because nobody's giving me direction on what to do around here. I produce and host this show based on my experience, my instinct, staying dialed in, staying tuned in, trying to figure out what's up, what's down, what's right, what's wrong. And I'm making judgment calls constantly. And I always question, am I making the right call? Do I perceive it the right way? Am I on track, off track? And so when I hear shows like a segment like that on a national, worldwide broadcast on CNN and talking about the science of happiness, and I hit every darn point that they both talked about, the two experts, and then some. And in ways that they talked about it, I've talked about it. Now, these two folks that they had on the show, psychologists, I would presume, I didn't hear their credentials at the beginning, are experts in this field. I mean, I would not claim to be an expert in the science of happiness, but I know a good bit, and I can report on it and share it with you and help give you and myself some guidance about what does constitute happiness. So a little later on in the day, my daughter and I, again, driving, still going from one place to another. And I said, if I had a wish and somebody said, you can come back as anything you want to do, what would you want to be? And I said to her without hesitation, I said, one, I would like to be a composer, a music composer, conductor, and accomplished pianist. My whole life be devoted to music. That would be my first option. And I said, well, what would you want to be? And she said, happy. And it then took me back to what they were talking about on Fareed Zakaria about happiness and the science of happiness. Now, you may find that odd that I said I would want to come back as a composer, conductor, and an accomplished pianist. And why wouldn't I want to be a nutritionist? Of course I would. That would be an ingredient of all of that. What you find is that we have become so compartmentalized. In other words, to have that background as well, accomplished nutritionist, as I'm trying to do now, but even better, and to be more Renaissance in our way of learning. Take a Renaissance approach. We've become so compartmentalized, so specialized. You have one doctor that can't talk to another doctor. Right? Cardiologist trying to talk to endocrinologist. Of course, they talk there's certain vocabulary that's common to them, but trying to get them all in the same room to talk about the same patient and to agree and to come, they have to do that every day and talk to nurses, and you'll see that it's not so easy to get that done. And we've done that throughout our all of the dimensions of our life. And for me, in my thinking, it's better to have what I describe loosely as a Renaissance approach, art and science, where there are no borders, there are no silos, people just working at their own little desk doing their own little thing. And to be open-minded, and that's the way for me, is the ideal. And that's what we try to do on the show, to be open-minded, to talk about the science and the art of health, wellness, and well-being. There's a lot about nutrition. There's a lot about all of those topics that we know scientifically and grounded in principles and theories and all that. But there's much of it that moves outside the realm of all of that. And it's more of an art and following your instinct and following your intuition. Not everything is measurable. Not everything is quantifiable, in other words, or empirical. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it doesn't exist, right? And in science, empiricism is a pillar of science. And it's good because we want to observe. We need to observe. But you have to be intuitive about all of it, too. Good doctors are not only being a good clinician. You talk to great clinicians or doctors who know great clinicians, and they'll tell you every time. It's not only their training, but their instinct about a patient, what they sense that you can't teach. It's, some doctors have this wonderful ability to understand the patient beyond all of the technical aspects of it all, and to treat that patient based on instinct and intuition, in part. So that's what we're trying to do on this show. So when I talk about those kind of topics, like the science of happiness, some may feel that, well, that's a little bit too touchy-feely. That has nothing to do with health. I would beg to differ. It has everything to do with health. Health and happiness, H&H. If you have good health and you're happy, I don't care whatever else is going on, you have a good chance to do whatever you need to do and have good quality of life. And that's where we're at around here. It's not how much necessarily, but what is it? How is it? What's the quality of it? And that's what we're looking for. If you'd like to tune in and dial into these conversations that we have on the show, we invite you to do that. We're coast to coast and we're worldwide. And you can always get in touch with us. And being that we're coast to coast and global, we have different ways to connect. Here's how you can do it.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Dr. Garko's personal email is drgarko@letstalknutrition.com. Follow us and like us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, on Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where everything is archived and put up there by date and closed caption at Let's Talk Nutrition.
When we come back, smoking, I have good news, I have bad news, and I have great news. Smoking, hookworms, and dietary guidelines. We'll explore that when we come back. Dr. Jason Mitchell will be my guest today. He's very good. He's always got something on his mind. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition, where the science of happiness is a priority.
I'm Joy McCarthy, holistic nutritionist, and I expect more from my multivitamin. I've researched many vitamins, and what's truly different about Every Woman's One Daily from New Chapter is that it's fermented with probiotics and whole foods and gentle even on an empty stomach. Every Woman's One Daily helps you feel good every day, giving you immune, energy, and stress support, and nutrients for bone and heart health. You will notice a difference. Every Woman's One Daily recently won the Best Multivitamin Award, and I love that it's non-GMO project verified. Discover the wisdom of nature with New Chapter.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce.
Local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. From the 1940s up until the 1970s, about 2/3, or excuse me, 2 in 5, all right, adults in the United States smoked. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. That's a remarkable statistic if you think about it. From the 1940s to the 1970s, about 2 in 5 people, U.S. adults, smoked. Since that, smoking rates have fallen sharply since that time, and especially among young adults. This is good news for a change. Middle-aged adults, according to a Gallup survey, giving the survey attribution here, report that they are more likely to smoke than the youngest adults, which is interesting. Currently, 16% of U.S. adults say they smoked a cigarette in the past week, according to the Gallup survey. So that's by 1 percentage point the lowest level on record since Gallup first asked that question back in 1944. That's 74 years ago, man. In 1944, 41% of U.S. adults said they smoked. That's nearly half the population. You realize that? This figure held, it was steady. It was unvarying for what? Several decades, a number of decades. Even after the federal government issued strong warnings, public warnings in the early 60s that smoking was a health threat. At the start of the 1970s, according to Gallup, 4 in 10 Americans, that's 40% of the population, still said they smoked. But by 1977, only 7 years from 1970, the rate fell by 36%. Then, a dozen years later, in 1989, the smoking rate fell below the 30% mark. And that was the first time ever in the history of this country, well, since they started recording these kinds of numbers, these statistics. Nevertheless, though, over the next 2 decades, the smoking rate, again, remained stable, with about 25% of Americans saying that they smoked. Then, according to the Gallup survey or poll, in the late 2000s, smoking levels began to decline once more. When many cities and states did what? What happened then? Remember the smoking bans, right, Gary?
Yes.
And everybody got in a twist about that. You have no right to tell me I can't smoke in a restaurant. You have no right to tell me I can't smoke on a plane. Yeah, remember all that?
Yeah.
All the back and forth. Then in 2013, the number of Americans who smoked fell below 20%. That's remarkable. And that was a watershed moment. That's the first time that ever happened. It has remained about that number, 20%, has held consistent 4 out of the 5 years subsequent to 2013, including the most recent survey by Gallup that said it's now at 16%. So this is good news. And we'll see the benefit of that going forward. You're going to have less people dying from lung cancer, dying from cancer generally, and respiratory related illnesses, and heart disease, for that matter. Smoking rates among young adults has fallen by half since 2001. Over these last 3 years, 15% of adults who are 18 to 29 years of age say they smoked a cigarette in the past week, compared with 34% who said that back in the early 2000s. Those who are 30 to 49, their smoking rate, the smoking rate has decreased by 8 percentage points over that time period. Among older adults, it has remained steady. So we got some good news here. Smoking rates are on a decline. Young adults in particular. And young adults tend to be, and I'm using a term from the survey, in quotes, unsympathetic with those who smoke. They don't have much of a threshold of patience and tolerance, apparently, for people who smoke. In a 2015 Gallup poll, they discovered that people that were 18 to 29 years of age, they were the most likely of any age group to say they have, quote, an unsympathetic, close quote, view of smokers. Maybe you have a thought or two about this. Here's how to connect.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. My thought is, did you ever watch that show on A&E, Mad Men?
Yes. Did you see how they smoked on that thing?
Yes. That's what I was getting to. Yeah. Unbelievable.
It made me so uneasy. Every time he would take those big hits, drag. Oh, I'm thinking,
Now the vaping, so is because they're not smoking, now are they vaping? So are they changing one evil for another evil? I don't see a study on that
I was sitting at a red light the other day, and all of a sudden I saw all this smoke spewing out the windows of this car. I said, oh my God, I got to get my fire extinguisher. The guy's car's on fire. No, man. It was somebody sitting in a car vaping.
Yeah, I just got Rufino just texted me. He said smoking is down, but vaping is up.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Human nature.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigor's Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. Adults, the lowest rate, and we're at 16% of adults in the U.S. now smoke. That's the lowest rate ever. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. In answer to Gary's question or his comment about younger people now vaping, well, young people adopt vaping as their smoking rate plummets was the headline on another Gallup survey. I went during the break and found the Gallup survey on vaping. 1 in 5 Americans under the age of 30 vape, at least occasionally. Vaping, far less common, it's reported from that survey for those under 30 and older, among those 30 and older. And 22% of 18 to 29s report vaping is very harmful. 83% say this about smoking generally. So, but they're substituting vaping for smoking, these e-cigarettes. Yeah, like I said, I was at a red light the other day and I saw smoke spewing out of this car. And I thought, oh my God, this car's on fire. You know, you have a fire extinguisher, you have these little miniature fire extinguishers in the car. I said, you need to go put that fire out. This person, no, man, the dude was vaping in the car. I'm just saying. Doctor, you don't vape, do you, Gary?
No. You sure it wasn't a Volkswagen Rabbit from back in the day, when them diesel Rabbit? That's what I had, and it would, like, the smoke would just pour out of the thing.
Yeah. I remember those Volkswagen Rabbits. Dr. Jason Mitchell is my guest. Dr. Mitchell, I've known him for a number of years now. He's the founder, CEO, chief cook and bottle washer for Probulin, and they've done very well. And Dr. Mitchell, of course, has had a lot of experience in the natural products industry and formulation and whatnot, naturopathic trained, and we'll always welcome him on to the show. Dr. Mitchell, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you back on, man.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Dr. Garko. It's nice to be back.
How you doing, pal?
I'm doing fantastic. Busy as ever.
That's all good. It's good that you're busy.
Yes. Absolutely. Just got back from Dubai last week.
Everybody's going to Dubai, man. You're Gary. How many people say they're going to Dubai?
That's the third person in 4 months.
What's going on in Dubai?
Well, actually, I mean, I do a lot of business internationally.
Yeah.
And Dubai, the UAE, happens to be a
United Arab Emirates. Yes.
Yeah, the United Arab Emirates. One of my largest customers is in Dubai, is where their corporate headquarters are. And, you know, when you look around at how amazing it is here in the United States as the freedoms we have to sell dietary supplements out of health food stores, in other places around the world, it requires that they be sold out of pharmacies with different types of registration and legal requirements to even make them available.
Right.
And so when I'm over in the UAE, I deal with pharmacies, and so I speak to pharmacists. And so I was training over 1,000 pharmacists over the course of 5 days while I was there. So...
Wow.
Yeah, it's really quite amazing. And when you're talking to people that are, you know, where a lot of the people at health food stores are well trained through experience. They've been doing it for a long time and have a great depth of experience. But it's interesting when you're talking to pharmacists who've been pharmacologically trained, but then also have that balance of interest and desire, that knowing that natural healing is an amazing alternative to some of the things that are otherwise prescribed. And to see their excitement about learning things other than drugs is quite amazing. And so this is not the first time. I mean, I've been going there for 5 years now, five and a half years, been traveling to Dubai and so forth. So they're quite amazing, but it's just the interest is growing, across the world, actually, in a lot of different places. But so anyway, it was exciting. It's always good to go over there.
That's a pretty affluent society, isn't it?
Well, I would say that there is a lot of money there. I don't know exactly how many are the haves and how many are the have-nots, but yes, it is a very affluent society and a whole. Like in the United States, you're not going to go to a Ferrari dealership and actually see brand new Ferraris for sale. Where there, they'll have 10 Ferrari dealerships and 3 Bugatti dealerships. I mean, it's just unbelievable to see the kind of money that must be there in order to support the trade that you see. It's quite amazing.
One person's Bugatti is another person's Buick.
Well, it's funny. Abu Dhabi, which I spent some time in Abu Dhabi while I was there as well, is the world's largest oil reserves. So it gives you some understanding that oil money is a very big deal. But Dubai is mainly travel and tourism. So they're creating a tourist destination in the Middle East, which is quite amazing, actually. But the infrastructure is unbelievable. So to see what they've built in such a short period of time.
So are these pharmacists that you spoke to, were they from Europe, the Middle East, around the world? What?
Well, a lot of them are trained in India, the Philippines, Malaysia. They're trained all over the world, but they come to Dubai to work because the organization that I work with over there is an incredibly large global entity, and they have over 22,000 employees. They're just an amazing organization, and they have a really neat driving force and excitement about building within their organization, and they're one of the most influential in the Middle East. So it's exciting to work with them when you have people that are really, truly interested. They're not just there because of the money. They're actually there because they really, truly like natural health, wellness, and healing. That's what they love. I mean, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, Dr. Jason Mitchell's my guest, and recently back from Dubai. I guess we're going to have to go, man, because everybody tells us that it's really the place to go and to visit, and I'm sure you can have a lot of fun there. Gambling? They have casinos and whatnot?
No.
Really?
No. No. I mean, listen, there's a lot to do there. There's no question. The Middle East is a very conservative place. I mean, there's only in Jumeirah, I think is what it is. Is how you pronounce it. It's the place where all the resorts are along the beach in the Persian Gulf. But I think it's the Persian Gulf, right? Yeah, I believe so.
Yep,
my geography
it is.
might be a little. So anyway, right there is about the only place you're going to be able to go, other than maybe your hotel that you stay at, to get drinks. Otherwise, when you go to restaurants, they don't serve alcohol. There's a lot of different things in the way things are handled there. It's actually relatively conservative. Very conservative. So the idea of gambling in casinos, I'm not to say that they won't do that, but I didn't see any, and I've never heard of any. What I thought was really interesting is they have an incredibly low crime rate. I mean, down into the almost non-existent, because the penalty for crime is so high. People just are good people. They just don't do things. I guess it's kind of interesting, and it's a very safe place, which I was always impressed by in the years of going there. It's very safe, more so than you could ever imagine.
I'll be darned. Well, see, we're here to learn, and that's part where you live has a profound impact on your health, your wellness, and ultimately your well-being. Where you live. Living in Dubai? Well, okay. You heard it yourself. First-hand account. That's not the first time we've heard those kinds of themes. Dr. Jason Mitchell will be right back with him.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show. Jason Mitchell is my guest. Okay, Dr. Mitchell, welcome back. Dr. Mitchell just got back from Dubai. We're going to have to find our way there. Apparently, everybody goes there, and I just want to see for myself what it's like. Dr. Mitchell, were you talking to them about probiotics?
Yeah, we were talking about nutrition in general. You can't really talk about just any one subject without addressing the whole body, in my personal humble opinion. I think you just kind of have to talk about it as a totality and how probiotics play an amazing role. But yes, probiotics as well as other nutrients too.
Okay. Are they receptive to the concept of probiotics?
Probiotics are one of their most sought-after, thoughtful, mindful areas of exploration because they tend to be about, I'd say 10 to 20 years behind what you would see the advancements here in the U.S. Because where we have a blessing in the U.S. of being able to freely sell and freely introduce products within the rules and regulations that we have here. Well, in other parts around the world, or other places around the world, including the UAE, there are regulation requirements as to what can be registered or not, and sometimes they're not going to allow certain things. Like, for example, we have this revolution on hemp going on right now in the United States. Well, hemp is illegal in the UAE because of how conservative and area of approach here mentally and so forth. So things there tend to be a little bit different. However, they're becoming a great deal more progressive, and so they're coming from a place that's really refreshing. They're excited about some of the simplest of things, which is really kind of cool because they get access to something unique. So they're very excited about nutrition and wellness in general.
Why is hemp illegal in the UAE?
Well, I think it's because of its connotation related to marijuana, and its close relationship from genus and species in the plant. And I do understand it. You have to understand the Middle East is very conservative about a lot of things. Drugs and alcohol are something not truly accepted.
Well, what's our excuse in the United States for such ignorance?
Well, to be honest with you, I think over here we feel it's so important that people have the ability to make choices when in fact I think some of the choices that we make here sometimes, for example, I heard you talking about cigarette smoking and there's also the use of drinking and they're starting to recreationalize certain drugs and so forth. And to me personally, I believe that maybe certain things shouldn't be that freely available. Over-the-counter pain medications, I think, should probably already have been outlawed based on everything that we know about addiction and overdosing and problems. And looking for alternatives for pain, and hemp happens to be an amazing one. When you look at things, I really think that unfortunately here, being free goes to another level. Sometimes there are certain things that we shouldn't have access to because it protects us from ourselves.
Right.
And I look at it like we know how deadly and dangerous cigarettes are, but yet they're still legal. In fact, I look at it like there's so much damage. Well, we could take it another step, and no sugar lobby is going to love me saying this, but sugar has been identified in research as being one of the most addictive substances on the planet, more addictive than heroin, but yet it is something more absolutely legal and sold and is in bread and every possible food substance you can find. Sugar is added, but yet it accounts for the largest percentage of mortality when you consider the diseases that it's linked to, such as high blood pressure and diabetes and heart disease and obesity. I mean, all these things that are markers for a shorter life and unfortunately an unhealthier life. But yet sugar is something that's in everything. And so I don't know. I mean, I think freedoms are one thing to have, which I'm all for. I'm not saying we shouldn't have them. But at the same time, we have to know that sometimes these freedoms come at a cost, and we need to be wise about it. You know, and taking a different approach to life. You know, even in my own home, I have an 11-year-old who, of course, if given the options, would love to have things that are sugared up and so forth. And now we're starting to take a different approach. I'm like, Jaden, listen, you make the choice. You're old enough. You know how I feel about, you know, having all these sugared up things. Well, why don't you decide what your snack's going to be? And then all of a sudden it becomes difficult when it's his choice because he doesn't want to make the wrong decision. And I think it's more out of disappointment. But I think in our home lives, we have to take a much more educated approach to letting our children know, listen, this is the side effect of actually doing these things. And trying to change generation by education, I think, is important.
You're listening to Dr. Jason Mitchell on Let's Talk Nutrition, 877-897-8255. And it is about choices. I've always said to get control, you have to give it up. And allowing children to participate in the choices that they make relative to their diet and lifestyle is a good idea. Control's an illusion, and parents, you know, bringing down the hammer heavy on a child saying, you can't eat this, you can't eat that, you can't eat X, and so on. You're just inviting them to rebel and to be tempted to go and do exactly what you said that they can't do. Whereas if you allow them to participate in making the choices,
right?
You have. I agree with that approach. The research supports that approach as well.
As long as they're old enough to rationalize what making a good decision is, right? Like 11 years old, he's old enough.
He gets it.
Involved.
He gets it. So they're taking probiotics in the Middle East too. All right, this is a good thing. It's digestive health is universal, as is health, right, Dr. Mitchell?
Yes.
So in those markets, well, in the U.S., you how long has it been now since you started Probulin?
Well, we officially started the map laying out Probulin early in about mid-2013, and the first products launched in March of 2014. So we're about little shy of 4.5 years in, and are growing every day.
Well, I'm glad.
Well, you know what it is that we're taking a very different approach to getting people to understand probiotics. It's not about marketing. It's not about getting people to...
What is your approach?
Our approach is education and helping people to understand what the truths are about probiotics, but then delivering a product that truly lives up to the expectation. Because when someone takes a probiotic, there should be an effect they feel. There should be an effect that they realize that something has changed, that something is improving and better. And they can realize this just from the most minor, insufficiencies that their system might have to some of the most extreme. But the fact of the matter is that not all probiotics are created equal. And the idea that is being sold a lot in the marketplace is that if 50 billion is good, then 100 billion must be better. This whole idea that more billions are better is just scientifically not valid and misleading.
Yeah, and it doesn't apply to humans when you crowd them into spaces by the billions and the millions, and it doesn't apply to these microbes, these probiotics either. And Dr. Mitchell will be back into this second hour, and we'll continue with the rest of the show with him. And what I have found with people in their digestive health, typically they don't do anything about it until the plumbing goes haywire, so to speak. And Dr. Mitchell may have a thought or two about that. In other words, prevention, practice prevention, he'll explain. You are listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. We're coast to coast and we're global. You can watch the show at letstalknutrition.com, Facebook, YouTube, my tube, anybody's tube. We're covered. But we are across the U.S., close to 60 markets. Check your local listings. Support your local radio station. We'll be back.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that old sports injury flaring up? Is your body aching from the daily wear and tear at work? Body Vigor's Joint Ready keeps you at the ready for any joint pain that gets out of line. Unfortunately, as we age, joint pain becomes more common. Body Vigor's Joint Ready can help provide relief so you can continue to go about your day. Our formula contains sulfated forms of glucosamine and chondroitin. Studies show that these sulfated forms are more effective than regular glucosamine bound to hydrochloride. Joint Ready promotes a healthy inflammatory response, facilitates cartilage synthesis, and provides additional antioxidants. Keep your joints at the ready with Body Vigors Joint Ready, exclusively on Amazon.com.
Will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly.
Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in.
Are your joints feeling out of date and stiff? Is that
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. And welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by, starting off your week with us. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. And Dr. Jason Mitchell is my guest in this portion of the show. And we'll get back to Dr. Mitchell in one moment. In the first portion, I talked about smoking rates dropping, talked about the science of happiness, and yesterday on CNN, on Fareed Zakaria, right at the end, had two social scientists on talking about the science of happiness and the whole notion of well-being and what constitutes well-being and the variables that contribute to well-being oftentimes don't have anything to do, you would think, with the various variables that we typically talk about. For example, diet. Well, diet certainly contributes to well-being, no question about that. Social scientists are more interested in lifestyle and psychological, emotional issues, right, that contribute to a person's well-being. And in the world of the science of happiness, which comes out of humanistic psychology, people like Martin Seligman and others who have really helped develop that whole humanistic psychology paradigm have a lot to say about it. Now, it's really that for some social scientists, that whole realm was a bit too touchy-feely, but it has some rigor to it, and we can learn a lot about the science of happiness and how it contributes to well-being. Yesterday, in that interview on Fareed Zakaria, they were talking about, for example, social connection and relationships. And they were making the point that social media is really not a good way to develop the kinds of connections that you need to contribute to well-being. And as they were talking, I was thinking, in an ironic way, social media is not really all that social in terms of connection face-to-face and getting. There's a difference between texting and having somebody in front of you and interacting and having that communication relationship that is dyadic, face-to-face. And people think, well, I'm on social media, so I'm really socially connected. Well, you're connected, but in terms of a relationship, yes, it's a real relationship, but what is the quality of that relationship? There's a qualitative difference between interaction that happens face-to-face and that happens via text or some other social medium, whatever you're doing, texting, emailing, whatever. And they were saying that what they have found was that the social media doesn't necessarily contribute to well-being, as do your relationships where there is contact, face-to-face contact. It may sound a little bit old school to people. I'm always puzzled by people sitting in an office, one cubicle away from one another. All that separates them is a piece of a cubicle, whatever it is. And they're texting one another rather than standing up and just talking over the cubicle. Talk to the person. I don't get that. It just doesn't make sense to me, but maybe, And, of course, social media is a relatively new phenomenon. It's going to evolve. It's going to change. One of the things that we've done on the show, for example, we can stream people into the show where you can actually see them if they so desire. Not just hear them, but see them. And the communication that happens in this environment is mediated. There's a piece of technology that comes between me and you. It's not face-to-face. Now, with at least we stream out, you can watch me, you can watch the guest. That makes it a bit better. And you can better evaluate, you can better connect and have a better relationship with me and with the guest. So well-being is about, in large measure, from a psychological perspective, your relationships.
My nephew, who's in Poland, he's stationed over there in the U.S. Army. they finally started letting the Army soldiers use video conferencing with family.
Great.
And he was out in the field, and they saw a decline in morale, so they brought the video
Out into the field
for him. They had no cable, they had no nothing, so they did a whole satellite link. And he said after that, he goes, they ended up doing a 22-mile march, and he goes, and so it was like
people are more motivated, right? More committed, motivated, upbeat. I get all social media. We're all about that. We're all over it around here. But it's not the end all and be all. There's still something about human contact, that human connection, that human contact where it's face to face and not this sort of abstract, disconnected way. Social media, in an ironic way, seems at times to disconnect people in their attempt to connect. I'm just saying. And it doesn't contribute to well-being the way you might think it would. That's a point of view. You may disagree with that. You're always welcome to do that.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255. That's 877-897-TALK. Don't forget to follow us and like us on Facebook at Let's Talk Nutrition, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Let's Talk Nutrition on YouTube.
For example, Dr. Mitchell was just in Dubai. Now, he was in front of all these health care professionals, pharmacists, and whomever, and he was there face-to-face talking to them. I'm sure he could have emailed them. I don't think he'd have the same effect. I doubt it. But Dr. Mitchell, welcome back to the show. It's great to have you on.
Thank you. It's kind of funny when I hear you talk about the social media aspects and the fact that people say they're more connected. The last time I checked, you can't really, truly, well, at least not in my opinion, manage a relationship, a marriage. You certainly can't procreate over social media, and there is a reason why physical contact is necessary to create an emotional connection, something that people can vest in. It's different. I don't even participate on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or any of those mediums. I only use LinkedIn occasionally. But I will tell you this, we've moved from an educational perspective in our society right now, especially as it relates to supplements. A lot of companies are using these webinars and things of that nature, where I totally understand that it makes it easier to reach more people, but the effect you have at delivering an emotional draw, to have them want to make a change in what they're doing, there's no way they're going to vest over a webinar. When you're there in person and they can shake your hand, talk to you, you can give them a hug if need be, or you can discuss with them things that are very intimate. They can stop and ask you a personal question that they don't feel has to be this thing that's out there on the phone with 1,000 other people on the phone. There is something a great deal more personal, and that information will be carried with them for life. Mm-hmm. Whereas what they learned on a webinar will carry with them for the next couple of hours until they have another one or some other thing comes into their life that was not as important. I tell you, I'm all for the personal connection. It's expensive to go fly to Dubai and do all those things.
I'm sure.
But the effect is 10 to 100 times. I don't even know what the effect of lift is comparably, but doing it by webinar would have had literally zero effect. In fact, they even told me they tried to do this with other brands, and nobody was very excited about it at all. They did these webinars where the person was there. You could see them. They were
when you showed up there, it meta-communicated a commitment.
Yes.
You made an effort to get there. You're on their turf. You're accommodating them. That's a very powerful meta-communication to the audience, and it's always about the audience. When we come back, Dr. Mitchell is going to what I find, Dr. Mitchell, and I know you know this perhaps better than anyone, when it comes to health generally, but with digestive health, people get really dialed into it when things start to go haywire. Maybe we should try to practice a little prevention. Dr. Mitchell has some thoughts about that. We'll get him to share that with you and talk to you about probiotics. Probulin is a brand that has made its way into the natural product space and has really made a difference for a lot of people. The anecdotal evidence and the science tell us that. We come back, we'll continue our conversation with Dr. Jason Mitchell, coast to coast and globally. Be right back.
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. It has nearly become epidemic, the number of digestive diseases and disorders in contemporary society, not only in ours, but in others across the globe. Why? Because of the way people eat, their relationship with food. And in those cultures where they import what I call in the United States, this processed food paradigm into the culture, things go haywire immediately, and one of the first systems to fail is the digestive system. No accident. Well, probiotics can play an important role in keeping you nice and homeostatic, even. Dr. Jason Mitchell's my guest. Dr. Mitchell, why do people wait with digestive health when they start to have things go haywire? Then they say, I need to take some probiotic and digestive enzymes and fiber. It's like after the fact, right?
Well, it's funny. Why do people actually wait until they need catastrophic health care as opposed to getting checkups to make sure they stay healthy? I don't really have the answer to that, other than I think that the absence of symptoms are where people have faith blindly in that they're perfectly healthy. Mm-hmm. And I tell people, listen, don't wait till there's a symptom, because many times when there is a symptom, it's too late. And so it's more important that we look at this as an investment in staying healthy. I mean, people will spend their time going to the gym to stay healthy. They'll go get their teeth cleaned to keep their gums healthy. They'll do a lot of things preventatively, but it's interesting, some of the more serious things we ignore. And I'm going to tell you this from a personal perspective. The whole reason why Probulin even exists today was because I, too, waited until I had a severe issue with my digestive system to wake me up. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that Probulin cured what I had, what went wrong with me, because my products weren't even available at the time, but it certainly elevated my thinking of like, man, wouldn't it be nice if we could do something to give people tools so that they can keep their digestive system healthy, and even in certain cases where there might be some challenges, help to restore balance to the gut, in hopes that they won't have to suffer some of the catastrophic things that I and others faced in my life. I mean, I was diagnosed at 40 years of age. In 2011, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis, which pathologically, that's way beyond the years of where you would actually normally be diagnosed with such a thing. But see, I think stress and all sorts of other imbalances played a role. Mm-hmm. But for me, it inspired the whole vision of behind what was to come to be with Probulin, is that I want people to understand, if you take care of your digestive system, everything you eat and all the things that you put in will be more efficiently processed into the energy, fuel, and nutrients that we can use to sustain life and keep ourselves healthy. I believe it starts in the gut, because that's where everything enters. If you think about it, almost everything that you take in, whether it be nutritional, food, supplemental, medication, whatever, it all goes through orally into the digestive system. And if we take better care of this environment, we're going to get more effect from the foods and things that we take in.
Sure.
And so I believe that just is important. Also, your emotions have an effect on the digestive system. And when you see the elevation of stress in our society, it's unbelievable. And that there's this gut-brain connection that when you are emotionally stressed or distressed, there is an effect on your digestive system. It's even more of another reason why you should be taking probiotics, because they've linked them to this gut-brain connection as well. The bottom line is, I really truly believe that probiotics are not just a tool to get better, although they can help you get better. They are a tool to keep you healthy on an ongoing basis, every day. From a maintenance perspective, and I think probiotics need to return back. They need to be that in a lot more people's lives, as opposed to waiting till you have diarrhea, constipation, or other challenges to where you then need a probiotic. It'd be better to use one daily so that maybe we don't have to suffer some of these challenges. And that's my whole belief, and that's been my platform forever, is that if we can just simply inspire people to take better care of their digestive system, they are going to live healthier and a better quality of life. There's just no question. Now, living longer, it's above my pay grade, but I know that a better quality of life can be had for sure.
Hey, you're listening to Dr. Jason Mitchell from Probulin on Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Mitchell, you made the point earlier that not all probiotics are the same. Now, I know a little bit about the product. I know more than a little. But you mentioned what you were alluding to is the sort of the technology of that your product and its development, and this concept called MacTrek 3D. I know that sounds kind of wonky and whatnot, MacTrek 3D. What is it about your probiotics that distinguish them from others on the market?
The best way to answer that question is this. I always give there's three things that people should consider when buying a probiotic. And my goal is always about education and helping people to make better choices. So in order to make sense of MacTrek 3D, and just so you know, that crazy little name, MacTrek 3D, Dr. Mark Brudnak, a very dear friend of mine who is the architect of this delivery system, I helped him finish, or I should say, continue to develop into a functional delivery system. We worked on it together. We were sitting in a pool one day. He says, "What do we call it?" And I said, "Well, MacTrek, after your business, you know, the trek the probiotics take, and that it's a three-dimensional system." That's all that it, you know, the name was just kind of silly, and we didn't know what else to call it, so we thought, hey, what a cool thing. We're sitting here talking about it. But the three important things to consider when choosing a probiotic is, the first, does it contain a prebiotic? And a prebiotic is a fraction of soluble fiber that is the food that probiotics eat. And so if you're thinking about these as vitamins, you're thinking about them wrong. They're actually living organisms, and they need to eat just like you do. So giving them the food they need will help them better survive. And if they better survive, then they can do more work for you in creating digestive enzymes, helping you process the foods, helping you to boost your immune system, helping to support motility, and so many other functions of the digestive system that are so key in promoting good health. But a prebiotic is key. Number two comes down to potency. See, most people think that if a little's good, more is better, meaning when they see the billion numbers on the front of the box, they think the higher the billion, the better it is for them, when in fact it's actually no scientific evidence, other than maybe in some really extreme circumstances, would they even suggest that more actually is statistically significantly better.
When we come back, Dr. Mitchell will develop that concept of potency even further, and they'll give us the third point about probiotics.
Everyone's raving about the
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Probiotics for potent health, that's for sure. Go to probulin.com, Probulin, and there's information there that can inform you. For example, based on Dr. Mitchell's conversation with us today, of course, what's at that website, he has a great influence on what's there. He owns the company. And he talks about how does your digestive system get out of balance, and he mentions unhealthy diet, poor diet, not enough water, stress, environmental exposure, unhealthy lifestyle habits, tobacco use, alcohol, and so on. And he talks about medications. All of those factors, and we could develop each one of those, will have an impact, and it could be a deleterious one, in fact, on your digestive system. And Dr. Mitchell, before we were headed into break, was talking about the three things to consider when choosing a probiotic product. He mentioned, does it have a prebiotic, which is a fraction of a soluble fiber? It's food for the probiotics. Then he was talking about potency. Dr. Mitchell, welcome back. And what do you mean by potency?
Okay, so on the front of a label, whenever you're looking at a probiotic, what I was trying to develop there and unpack is that they market these in numbers in billions. Now, I know that sounds like a huge number, but when you really consider the size of a microbe or a bacteria, they're very tiny. So having billions, and then you'll see these little letters, colony-forming units. So that's how probiotics are I guess you could say, judged by potency.
Evaluated
by potency, like you would have other things in milligrams. So a lot of what has happened in the last, I'd say, the last 6 to 7 years, 8 years, this whole notion that more bacteria is better for you, when in fact the research out there's a huge meta-analysis that's been going on for quite some time, talking about, well, how much should we be taking? How many billions is the right amount? And what they're finding is that, it's simple comparisons like 20 billion compared to 100 billion, they're not finding any statistically significant benefit of taking the 100 over a 20 billion, especially if it's properly delivered. And the reason why I mention this whole notion that more is better is something that we need to depart from, because probiotics, how they work best is by your consistency of use. It's not like when you're out of balance, you go take a whole handful of probiotics and overwhelm the system in hopes to put it back into balance. If you really think about what I just said, it doesn't even make sense that would even work.
Sure.
But yet, introduction of bacteria consistently over time will help to restore the balance. And so, when I tell people, as I share people, that if more is not better, then what is the right dose? Well, according to the research that we have been looking at for several years now, looking at the development of this, it's between 10 and 20 billion a day is all that anybody needs. But what someone should focus on is my number 3 tip, and that is delivery system. That if 10 to 20 billion is all that you need, you want to make sure that it gets properly delivered. And you want to make sure that it's been validated properly. And MacTrek 3D is a 3-step probiotic delivery system, not using anything unnatural, things like found in enteric coating that are using plastics and so forth that, aim to resist stomach acid. We use an all-natural system using seaweed and electrolytes and prebiotics and making absolutely sure that these bacteria have a better chance of survival. And we even did some research to compare it against some top-selling probiotics showing that the survival of our bacteria in Probulin is more effective than in other systems. And the whole purpose of this was based on an evaluation we did with consumers. When you're talking to consumers, they'll tell you what's important. They have 4 things. Their top 4 most important things that they consider when buying a product of any kind, especially a dietary supplement, is number 4, does it work? That bums me out. I wish that was number 1, but at least it made the top 5, right? So it's number 4. The next one is, how big is the pill? And we put a hole in our box so you can physically see the pill. There's no guessing. It's right there. It's very easy for someone to see. And then number 2 is, how many do I have to take? And, of course, all Probulin products, with the exception of one, is just a 1-a-day formula.
Okay.
And then the number 1 reason is price. And when you consider probiotics that are these high potency, 100 billion, 200 billion, well, you pay a lot of money for these higher potency products that are completely unnecessary. And so that's why I tell people it's not about how much you take, it's about how much survives the journey. And so we put together a system delivering between 10 and 20, depending on the formulas you try with our products. And we can actually make sure that the bacteria will survive better so that you can, 1, keep it cost-effective in a 1-a-day formula in a relatively small capsule, and that have the delivery system make sure it be effective. And we know that the reason why we have grown was not because we've put a lot of ads and marketed it well. We're not even really such a great marketing company, and I'll take full blame for that. But we are a good science-based company and education, and consumers, once trying our products, we have a very high rate, in fact, as high as 80% repeat purchase rate. Now, I don't know where the other 20% go. Maybe I lose them to a coupon or some internet marketing or what have you, but I can tell you that a majority of the customers that try our products buy it again, and that's because they effectively feel that it works. And that's what that's what we pride ourselves on, is that my whole mission was, I did not pay attention. And so I want other people to pay attention. But more importantly, if they do pay attention, I want them to get results.
Right.
And that's what we did.
And Dr. Mitchell's inspiration and motivation for starting Probulin as a company to make a probiotic product, digestive care products, was his own challenge with ulcerative colitis. And as healthy as he was, I mean, these things can happen. And you have to, like he just said, pay attention, practice prevention. Don't wait until the house is on fire to call the fire department. Fireproof it first. Maybe you won't have to call 877-897-8255. If you go to Probulin, PROBULIN.com, there's a nice explanation and description of that delivery system, as well as other information about health, wellness, and well-being there. And Probulin is sold in fine health stores throughout the United States. Dr. Mitchell, I suspect you started out with one SKU. Now you have several variations on a theme here. Might be helpful to share with the listener and the viewer the different renditions of the product.
Well, actually, the first product that we developed was something called Daily Care. And Daily Care was exactly as it would suggest, just for daily maintenance and daily care on a regular basis, that we're not really dealing with anything particularly. We're just helping to maintain good health and vibrance to the digestive system as best we can. And so this formula was well balanced between upper GI and lower GI support, meaning colon and health as well as the small intestine health and so forth, and just making sure that we support good health and well-being. And that product is actually meant for man, woman, child, as long as everybody's old enough to swallow a capsule. It's perfectly suitable for the whole family. Now then we branch off into a couple of really particular areas, such as women's health. And see, women obviously being anatomically different, and because they bear young, there's some added responsibilities they have, but also nutritional needs they have as well. And so with our formula in women's health, we focused on strains that in science have shown to be more important to women, such as Rhamnosus, Reuteri, as well as Acidophilus. And these strains have profound impact and benefit women. Now, they benefit men as well, but...
Well, and we'll be right back, and Dr. Mitchell will continue his explanation.
Want to get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult?
Whether you spend your free time on a treadmill, under a car, or in your garden, if your active lifestyle leaves you sore, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce may be exactly what you need. Inflammaforce has a natural herb blend that acts as an anti-inflammatory to help maintain healthy joint and mobility support. There are standardized herbs like white willow, boswellia, turmeric, ginger, and devil's claw. The vegetarian capsule promotes easy digestion and a fast-acting dissolve process. Inflammaforce includes a proprietary enzyme herbal blend full of antioxidants and flavonoids that target pain and inflammation throughout the body. Body Vigor's Inflammaforce contains ingredients that support normal, healthy joint flexibility and function, builds healthy tissue, and helps with your recovery process. So if you're tired of sore joints and inflamed muscles, Body Vigor's Inflammaforce is your answer. Purchase Inflammaforce exclusively on Amazon.com.
Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. Following commercial messages, the show will return shortly. LTN streams live Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, and the LTN website. The show also airs on radio coast to coast, including Hawaii, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern. Please check your local listings. We'll be right back. This is Dr. Michael Garko. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Nutrition. The show will return shortly. And here's the LTN health question of the day. Talking with Dr. Mitchell today, talking, of course, about probiotics generally, and then about Probulin. And this theme has become more prominent and popular over the last several years, and for good reason, because it is a key to good digestive health. Now, people are familiar with antibiotics, and antibiotics are chemicals used against bacteria, right, to kill bacteria. Probiotics are not chemicals per se that are used for the benefit of bacteria. Rather, they are, it's a term that describes microorganisms that are administered orally. And that's what we've been talking about, probiotic. Here's the question. Is what I'm about to tell you an accurate definition or an acceptable definition of a probiotic? The answer is a true or false. And if I said to you, probiotics are live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host. Is that an appropriate definition, an acceptable definition of a probiotic, or is it all wrong? Is it true or false that probiotics are live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host? Is that statement true or false? You can guess and get the right answer. You have a 50-50 chance of getting the right answer. Here's the number to call to be a winner.
You can reach us at 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK.
Dr. Mitchell, welcome back. So you were describing the different products that you have. You talked about your original Probulin product, and then you were talking about the women's product. And why? What is so special about that product?
So we have our Daily Care, like I was saying, was our basic product, and then our Women's Health, using specific strains and other elements included, such as Saccharomyces boulardii, to making sure that for a woman, not only is it helping with digestive health and digestive balance, but that it also can help to support healthier vaginal and urinary tract health, as well as yeast control and things of that nature. See, women are more susceptible, based on anatomical differences, to things like yeast and so forth. Not to say that this product is in any way, shape, or form meant to treat or cure any type of yeast infection or anything of that nature. Not at all. But helping to help maintain good health and wellness and balance is something really important. Now, that doesn't mean that a man can't take the Women's Health. It just was more accurately designed specifically for women.
Good.
And then we have our colon support formula, which was designed specifically with a much higher percentage of bifidobacteria, which predominantly resides in the colon or large intestine. And so, because this is where these bacteria live, because of our unique delivery system, we are able to more effectively deliver bifidobacterium to the lower GI and helps to support. Now, people that deal with challenges with motility challenges, where it's a little bit too active or a little bit, maybe severely underactive, this helps to bring, I guess you could say, some normality or balance back to the lower GI. The whole goal is to looking at digestive health as there are multiple challenges, but multiple ways to actually support and bring return balance where it needs to be. And taking a probiotic every day, it's almost kind of like, how do I explain this? Explain this. With our cars, we go and get our oil changed and our tires rotated and our brakes looked at because we want to help maintain our car so that our car runs more efficiently. Well, this machine, this body, this one vessel that you're given for your entire life, taking care of it, keeping it in balance, helping to maintain it is something incredibly important, and your digestive system should be your primary focus for maintenance. And a probiotic plays that role. And it helps to continually renew and restore balance in the digestive system. And I believe it's the most important strategy that you can take.
Okay, so is the following statement true or false? Probiotics are live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host. Is that a true or a false statement? 877-897-8255. Speed dial me. You can just guess. Now, use your sense. Does it sound like that could be a reasonably good thing to say? Or does it make sense? Yes, if you need to guess. You have nothing to lose. So you're saying that with your products, one a day will get it done?
When you look at it, one a day consistently over time helps to keep and maintain and support healthy balance. It's interesting. Some people say, if I take one a day and it works, well for me, can I take two a day? Well, the answer is, of course, yes.
Of course you can, yeah.
The real question is, should you? Because the bottom line is what I said earlier, that more is not necessarily better and can be, you might be wasting your money and time, when in fact, just doing what is necessary is all that need be done. So often we're tricked into believing that if a little's good, more is better, and that is not the answer here.
So what would happen, Doctor? I don't mean to step on you, but what would happen? What happens when you take more than you need of these microorganisms?
Well, let's put it this way: you have limited real estate and limited resources, and so these microorganisms need real estate to survive in and resources to consume, and you end up wasting them. Now, is it that you're going to create some health issue or something by taking more? No. That's not necessarily the element. But when you consider consumers' desire, their most important thing to them when asked and polled when it comes to dietary supplements is price.
Price.
So if price is the most important issue for you, along with how many capsules and how big are they, when you look at this, you have to realize that respecting and honoring them when they know they want to be healthier, the idea of taking more just simply doesn't make sense, because you're going to spend more money, but you're not going to necessarily get any more benefit whatsoever, especially if you consider that the delivery systems that are commonly used are not even that effective. In fact, you're not getting very much of the bacteria surviving at all, the journey, through stomach acid and bile, whereas Probulin's delivery system has data that shows you it'll survive better through stomach acid and it'll survive better through bile and others, so that you get more surviving bacteria that can infer benefits to the host.
Okay, let's go to, where is that? Salisbury Mills, New York. Melissa, is the statement that I gave you, live probiotics are live microorganisms which, when administered in adequate amounts, confer a health benefit on the host. Is that true or false?
True.
Yeah, and that's from the World Health Organization. That was their definition. I believe this is the first time a call from this part of the country?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you for calling, Melissa, and congratulations on winning a $25 supplement gift card.
Thank you.
We're glad that you're tuned in. We like it a lot. And Dr. Mitchell, we're glad that you're back and that you're tuned in. Go to Probulin.com, Probulin.com. Learn more about the Probulin products sold in fine health stores throughout North America. Your health is your wealth, and your health is the wealth of those that care about and love you. Take your Probulin.